Hi and welcome to Shipping TV on Sunday the 16th of February 2020 at the viewpoint at Felixstowe Dock, and we're just taking a look and updating our comments on the famous Storm Dennis, and we're also going to take a little look at some interesting developments in the coronavirus effect on the shipping industry this morning in the vlog. So what have we got? Well, today the wind has gone completely as I stand here and shoot this little scene. There's nothing much happening out on the harbour. The wind has declined, eased right back to sort of 10 to 15 knots just at this moment, with a lot of west, a little touch of south in the west, but not very much. And as you can see, the waves that we had crashing against the quaysides yesterday have really just vanished. There's nothing there. So what's going to happen? Your guess is as good as mine. The BBC is still forecasting winds of up to 40 knots until around 1 o'clock. And at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, they're due to decline to about 20 knots, according to Labib. And we will see what happens. That does mean that there hopefully will be some ship movements in the harbour here. MSC Fabian is showing as leaving at around, I guess around 1ish, and CSCL Mars over there up against Berth 9 is showing at leaving at around 5 p.m. Be interesting to see if they go. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the wind. The wind is due to remain quite easy overnight at about 18 or 20 knots, but is reported to be coming in strongly again in the morning, maybe up to, according to the BBC again, maybe up to 30 or 40 miles an hour. We'll wait to see. Okay, so that's as good as it gets at the moment. That's all we know. But next, I just want to bring you up to date with some commentary about maritime traffic coming to the UK and Northern Europe after the Chinese New Year, which was, of course, on the 25th of January, and after the coronavirus. So keep watching and we'll talk about that. The Chinese have been suffering extensively from the coronavirus. Lots of people dead, sadly, and lots of people infected. But one of the things that's not really come to the forefront of the news is the effect on international trade. Everybody knows that we import a huge amount of stuff from China and the Far East. And classically at this time of year, we have a little kind of, I guess you'd call it a lag or a drop in the volume of trade that comes from the Far East after the 25th of January, which is Chinese New Year. What's happened this time around, of course, is that the New Year holiday has taken place in China, but many of the factories and many of the workers haven't returned to work after the holiday is over. The government probably, I think, has been the main moving force in this, because they have actually told factories you have to stay shut, and people have to stay in reasonable isolation without too much social interaction because of the danger of spreading the disease. So what's happened is a lot of Chinese factories have been closed for a considerable time, and their Chinese transport system is pretty well partially shut down. And instead of getting back to work after their holiday and renewing the sources of freight, there is no freight to come to Northern Europe and to come from, at least from China to Northern Europe, which is where a great proportion of the freight comes from. It's been reported that they have been sending, some of the shipping lines have been sending ships, ultra-large container ships, towards Northern Europe with 2,000 or 3,000 TEU boxes on board. And that's plainly A, not economic, and B, they can't do it, guys. It's ridiculous. So what's going to happen? We do not know, but I do suspect there's going to be a large decrease in the volume of boxes coming to us over the next 3 or 4 weeks, 4 or 5 or 6 weeks, don't know, as the Chinese economy and Chinese businesses get back on their feet after New Year and the extended break. So it's going to be a bit difficult for UK and European ports. It also may prove quite difficult for retailers in the UK and in Northern Europe because of the lack of goods. We depend very much, our retail industry depends very much on product coming from the Far East. And if shipping lines are cancelling a lot of sailings due to a lack of cargo, then it's going to be a big problem. There you go. That's my read of the situation as we stand at the moment. As we know more, we will bring it to you. In the meantime, I'm Chris. This is Shipping TV, and I will see you soon.